Geek Central. I'm one of your talented hosts, Will Hardy.
And I'm your other, more talented host, Becky Brunye.
The only show on the internet made by students for students, where we give you the latest on the newest and coolest films, games, and TV. We are the Level 3 Year 2 Blue group of the students at the media department at the Hull College Group.
We're coming to you live from super duper new and improved high-tech studios of the Horncastle building, Hull. Today is Friday the 6th of June, the time is 1 minute past 3. So coming up on today's show, Will?
We have a weekly talk about the top games that take you guys to make you jump for joy. We have our Geek Central's own Ryan Anderson on the scene in Hull with this week's episode of the People's Challenge.
Later on, we have our discussion on the top TV finals that we should think are the ones to remember. And of course, we have our most anticipated part of the show, where we find out the winner of Marvel versus DC game.
Following that, we have our own resident presenter, Joshua Wright, talking about the up-and-coming film releases. Can't wait for that.
Last but not least, we have the latest instalment of Old versus New.
And of course, we have our special guest and a performance who will hope be ending the show with a performance, so stay tuned.
So speaking of the new, have you heard of the brand new game show called coming to Channel 4, Will, at all?
No, I can't say I have, to be honest, Becky.
Well, do you remember that online game where you had to draw and it had to be something of a phrase or a word?
I recognise it, actually, yeah. It's got, like, draw it or draw something, I don't know, something like that.
You were so close. Draw it.
It was.
Well, now it's on Channel 4, and basically, as I've just explained,
yeah.
You're in a team and you have to draw a word or a phrase whilst your team member has to actually work it out.
Well, that's one heck of a way to get some teamwork and team building. Reminds me of another game show. Do you remember the show on on Sky One? Are You Smarter Than a 10-Year-Old?
Yes.
Can you remember the tune at all?
No.
Are you smarter than a 10-year-old?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, see, that's the show. It's so entertaining. I could watch it for hours, or actually, I did watch it for hours on end. Well, for those people who aren't very familiar with the program, it's basically a show where adults had to answer questions and to get points. It sounds like any other game show these days, right? However, this show had a bit of a twist. Your opponent was a 10-year-old child who had to answer the same question as you, but of course, the 10-year-olds were getting taught the same questions when they were at school. A little unfair, if you ask me, to be fair.
Well, if I remember correctly, wasn't it the adults that could actually cheat from the child? I mean, it's a little bit embarrassing if you ask me.
I don't care. I wouldn't really dare cheat because it would embarrass me on TV. So no, I wouldn't do it. Plus, the kids were super competitive as well.
Yeah, but we're kind of all competitive in this day and age, right?
Very true.
Anyway, while we're on the subject of competition, we'll now head to see the resident reporter in action with this week's version of People's Challenge.
Hello, I'm Ryan Anderson and welcome to today's version of the People's Challenge. So today's challenge is all about balloons. The aim of the game is to get a balloon and put it between your legs and get over there to the finish line where I'll be standing. But here's the catch, you're not allowed to use your hands or your feet. So let's see how it goes, shall we? Let's meet our contestants. We have Dan playing for the red team.
Oh, yeah.
And we have Mark playing for the blue team. Do you guys know what you're doing?
Yeah, where do we start? We just start
Right.
from here.
Yep, you're going to stand there. And you're going to face me this way. And I'm going to be standing over here, okay? I'm going to give a couple of minutes.
Can we push each other for the competition?
Only slightly.
Okay, so like...
If you burst the balloon, it's an automatic lose. Okay?
Burst the balloon.
Try and keep the balloon in these grass bits here, and
Okay.
we'll see how it goes, okay?
Okay.
Remember, no using your hands or your feet.
How are we supposed
Ready
to
to
move then?
push each other.
How are we going to move it? We can't do that.
You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go! No using your hands or feet, and we have a winner! So, what does the winner have to say for himself?
It's tiring.
You can put the balloon down now.
I don't want the balloon down. That's all right.
Would you like to say anything for our people out there?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mum, my dad for giving me the skills to be able to use the balloon, and as commiseration. Come here, Mark. Okay. Nice going. Nice going.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys, for playing. And that's the end of the show. Thank you. Thank you. Now, thank all you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on The People's Challenge.
So, who was betting on the teams again? Who did I say was betting on the challenge here?
Yes, you win. Okay.
I can't hear you. Can you just say that a little bit more clearly?
Yes, Becky, we get it. You won. Okay, let's move on to the topic. I'm not throwing a hissy fit.
Wow, okay then. Yeah, sure we can. Loser. Alright, sorry. Clear my throat, Will.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on, like you say. Next subject of TV finals. Well, first of all, I'd like to say that there's been so many TV shows from when we've really struggled, haven't we, Will?
There's been a lot. There's been too many to choose from. To be fair, it's been a pain to choose from the epic conclusions, jaw-dropping cliffhangers, epic finales, and the interesting How I Met Your Mother finale. I was on the edge with that one. But the action-packed yet intriguing cliffhanger for Marvel, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Walking Dead, and of course, Arrow. Who could forget that? There's just too many to choose from.
Well, before we get into them, do you mind if we just kind of off-track into one of my favourites?
By all
I'm pretty
means.
sure there's a lot of fans out there. Yes, that's right. I'm talking about Breaking Bad.
Yes, just a warning, there's going to be a little bit of spoilers in this segment on the show, so if you don't, just turn the volume down. Keep watching us though.
Okay, where to start, Will? Well, I was just over the moon with it. So Jesse's finally free. End of Heisenberg. However, Walt's finally at peace. Very bittersweet, and revenge is finally taken.
Unfortunately for myself, I got all of season 4, got all the way through season 5, obviously, and then the final season was split into 2. I missed the final lot, but everybody told me about it, so I feel like I've watched it. So I've got all of them to rewatch again when I go home, so I cannot wait for that. And you viewers should be doing it as well. It's got so much good going for it, I think.
Yes, and just my favourite part, I'm really sorry to say this, and it's a bit graphic, so viewers might want to just plug your ears in, but I loved it when Jesse strangled the air out of that guy. I'm sorry, the anger, the passion in it. He really, so the actor everyone's known, Paul, he really did justice to Jesse.
Very
as
true.
they all did. And Walt lying on the floor, okay, he had a small grin on his face, quite, I don't really know what you call it, a bit, I don't know, horrific, to be honest, but...
Maybe he knew it was going to happen. That's what
Yeah,
it's like. He's there, he's happy, he knows it's going to happen. So the best thing is, he's known his best friend, he's just given him revenge.
And
he's like, I can now die happy.
Yes.
He's set up his life and everything's...
I completely agree. And he gave Jesse the option to shoot him.
Very true.
However, anyway, I'm not sure about... Okay, so there's another one I actually want to talk about. Now, I love the game version, but I'm not too sure about it. It's the new Walking Dead.
Well, you're asking me if I've watched a big budget, high octane blockbuster of an event show? Yeah, of course I do. Who doesn't, really?
Okay, so don't hate me for this. I just haven't seen the season 4 finale, but I know a lot of people probably want your opinion on it.
I'm not even sure where to start. First of all, there's the epic cliffhanger where they're stuck, again spoilers, in the terminus. They get basically captured. They figure out something's wrong and they get captured, put into what's basically a train car. It's referencing to the comic book where not all of them are there yet. The characters are going to be reunited, and I know a lot of my friends have read the comic books and they like it so much.
Well, that really references into the games as well. One thing I have heard is the latest rumours on season 5. I mean, what do you think? To put it bluntly, I'm pretty sure I've heard something about someone Dixon is supposed to die when he gets...
Daryl
Yes, that's
Dixon.
the one. I don't know, something to do with a terminal place.
The terminus that I was on about, yeah.
Yes. Anyway, that's according to the comic book, as you've said.
Yeah.
But as far as rumours go, producer of The Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman, wants to keep Daryl in because he's really popular with a lot of fans. Is that true?
Oh, he's a great character. You cannot fault him. I just hope they don't get rid of Daryl. He is one of my favourites. He's quite rugged, crossbow, hair, beard. As you can see, I'm sporting the beard myself. It's very good. The children wouldn't be the same without him.
Okay.
I absolutely love him. But anyway, moving along from this heartbreaking section, we're going to look into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Big expectations were thought of it after the release of Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier, with all the unexpected plot twists. I hope we just it's not too complicated. Fortunately, the reflection of the show was loved by everybody. One of the most loved characters of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had a slight change of heart, brilliant twist to the story. My opinion, great.
I wonder about that. I mean, while we're on the subject of heroes and villains, should we talk about the new Flash trailer?
I'm sure that's a tricky question. Of course we're going to talk about the Flash trailer. Of course I want to talk about it. It's brilliant. Not only do you see Flash in action, you also got the villains, team members, and also his origin story. Do not get me started with that costume as well. Please don't.
Oh yeah, I know where you're coming from there. And I think you forgot about the fact that Green Arrow makes an appearance. Did you forget about that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, geeks of all ages, coming up to part of the show, it's my honour to introduce the epic conclusion of Marvel vs. DC Challenge. Please let us introduce Batman and Spider-Man.
Hello everyone, and welcome to an exciting installment we have here today for you.
Hey, can you just shut up and tell what's going on so we just get on with it?
Why are you being so moody all the time, Batman?
Look, this is a face-off between DC Comics and Marvel Comics. We're representative for both sides. We're gonna run through the streets, and as civilians, we're gonna think which side is better, okay? What?
I'm thinking maybe we should tell them which side we're both standing for.
What's the point? They already know who I am.
Well, not everyone knows which one of we stand for. You have to think about the little guys every once in a while.
Fine. I'm Batman, representing DC Comics.
And I'm Spider-Man, standing for Marvel Comics. Shall we get going then? I'll take that as a yes.
So we're here with two striking gentlemen here who are very interested in what we're doing here today. So, we're here to ask you both one simple question. Which is better? DC Universe?
Or Marvel Universe.
I'm with Marvel.
Marvel. Marvel. Marvel.
And you was
Marvel.
Marvel.
It's got to be Marvel Universe. Oh, again?
Marvel.
Again?
Wait,
Both? Both?
Marvel.
Both? Right, why is this then? Why is this? Why do you pick Marvel over DC Universe?
I don't like anything out of DC Universe, and Marvel's just all around better.
Oh, come on, really? Really?
Yes.
With
Yeah.
Marvel?
Sorry.
Okay, why is this then? Why are we with Marvel?
I just like Spider-Man.
Who do you think's better? Marvel?
DC?
Marvel, because it's got the Punisher.
Again?
Fine. Why is this?
Because the Punisher's awesome. That's it. The Punisher would kick any DC character's ass,
What about Nightwing?
Including Batman.
including Batman.
Including Batman.
What about Green Lantern?
So, Spidey wins again. Marvel?
Or DC?
Marvel.
Oh, come on.
Why is that?
I like X-Men and Avengers.
Yeah, so, well, kind of. Close to Spider-Man. So, hold the Marvel sign. Just Marvel.
Why?
Right there.
Yeah, Marvel.
Winning.
Marvel.
Or DC. What am I saying?
Marvel.
Oh, really? Really? And you was...
Marvel.
Hold the Marvel.
Wait, okay. Why Marvel against DC?
It's just better
But in what way though?
in every
Superman
way.
though? It can crush Spider-Man, like he's a good piece of fly.
Yeah, but Spider-Man's attractive.
Oh, I see. You're basing it on looks. Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, I'm sure you do a lot. What about you? Why do you
Because
think
it has better characters. Because like the Batman, Superman, they're like real people that kind of just dress up. Whereas Spider-Man, yeah, he dresses up, but Simon as well, and he's like superpowers, like majorly bad.
And would you be a Marvel or a
DC.
fan?
Marvel.
Marvel fan. Why would you like Marvel?
Because the Avengers, and I've read them since I was little.
You're just terrible. I'm sorry. Gotta give it to Spider-Man.
What? I'm so done.
Right, cut this off.
So after today's eventful,
I win.
Yes.
I win. And I win. So, you
okay.
know, Marvel won overall. How does this make you feel?
it makes me feel dark and sad, like my life.
I win.
We get it, okay? You won. Congratulations. Again. Now, I'm out.
Do you care? Say you care. Yes, you.
Well, that was an unexpected turn of events, don't you agree? My God, what are you wearing, Will?
Well, this whole thing, nah, nothing. It's my Marvel shirt. Thinking I might call it my ultimate winning shirt, you know, because I won.
I know Marvel won this time, but there is no need to go there, is there?
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm just gonna go call my mum. Tell her we're dining at, that's right, the champions table.
Okay, right. Don't just show off like that, okay? Let me introduce the next segment.
I'll go. On you
Okay.
go.
For the past 3 years, all there's been films and major blockbusters. We've had The Avengers, Dark Knight Rises, Captain America, Man of Steel, and many more. Now we're going to go over to the presenter, Joshua Wright, with this week's episode of Rightly Weekly Roundup. Wow, bit of a tongue twister there. To have our edge, and we're going to be on the edge of our seats really for it.
Good afternoon. Hello and welcome to another episode of Wright's Weekly Roundup. Today's show is all about recently released and upcoming films. The films we'll be covering today are X-Men Days of Future Past, Godzilla, Jupiter Ascending, If I Stay, Maleficent, Star Wars Episode 7, and Jurassic World. I'll also be showing you my most anticipated. Released on May 22nd, 2014, the X-Men ensemble fights a war for survival of the species across 2 time periods in X-Men Days of Future Past. The characters from the original X-Men film trilogy join forces with their younger selves from X-Men First Class in a battle in which they must change the past to save their future. Quite possibly the world's most famous monster returns for a gigantic remake this year. That's right folks, Godzilla is back. Expected for release on May 16th, Godzilla is pitted against a menagerie of malevolent creatures who, bolstered by humanity's scientific arrogance, threaten our very existence. Main cast this time round include Kick-Ass's Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Bryan Cranston and Elizabeth Olsen. Sci-fi fans, set your faces to stun because Jupiter Ascending teleports into cinemas July 18th, 2014. Set in a future where, unbeknownst to Earth residents, outer space families own planets for business purposes. Jupiter Jones, played by Mila Kunis, is an Earth-living janitor. Jupiter encounters Kane Wise, played by Channing Tatum, who came to Earth to inform her that she is royalty and heir to the Earth. However, vindictive villain Balam Abrasax will not lose Earth to a human and will do whatever it takes to stop her. The next film is almost guaranteed to bring a tear to your eyes, as I show you the movie If I Stay, starring Chloe Grace Moretz and Jamie Blackley. Mia Hall thought the hardest decision of her life would be to pursue her music career or lead a different life with her rebellious boyfriend, but that all changed when Mia is involved in a car crash. The crash kills her parents and siblings and leaves her own life hanging in the balance. Trapped between life and death, Mia has flashbacks and out-of-body experiences and must make one critical choice: to wake up and live or to slip away and die. If I Stay is released in cinemas August 22nd, 2014. A new take on a 1959 Disney classic now, as Maleficent flies into cinemas May 28th, 2014. Disney's 2014 reimagining explores the untold story of the classic Sleeping Beauty and the elements of Maleficent's betrayal that ultimately turned her pure heart into solid stone. With much more story behind it, this movie is definitely worth a watch.
They were stolen from me.
Do or do not, there is no try, and do they did indeed, because Star Wars Episode 7 forces its way into cinemas December 18th, 2015. Star Wars Episode 7 serves as a direct sequel to Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Episode 7 is set 30 years after the Battle on Endor and the events of the 6th Star Wars film. This time round, the cast includes originals such as Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford, returning as Leia Organa, Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, as well as Peter Mayhew and Anthony Daniels, reprising their roles as lovable Wookiee Chewbacca and clumsy robot C-3PO. Nobody Move a Muscle, Jurassic World, the 4th installment in the Jurassic Park saga, rolls into cinemas June 12, 2015. Jurassic World takes place 22 years after the horrific events of the first film. Jurassic World is set on Isla Nublar, the same island as the first movie, and will feature original cast member B.D. Wong reprising his role as Dr. Henry Wu. Other cast members include Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Jake Johnson, Ty Simpkins, Omar Sy, and Vincent D'Onofrio, as well as Carrie's Judy Greer and Merlin's Katie McGrath. Notable plot elements this time round prove the film will be unlike any of its predecessors, featuring elements such as InGen is no longer in control of Jurassic Park. That power lies with new contenders, Patel Corp. However, InGen is still a key feature in the movie, and B.D. Wong is the only original cast member returning, at least to this movie. Today's show is almost over, but I'll leave you with Rights Roundup's most anticipated. Today's most anticipated is Fox and DC Comics' brand new television series, Gotham. Enjoy the trailer.
However dark and scary the world might be right now, there will be light. There will be light. Bruce.
I've been Joshua Wright. You've been watching Wright's Weekly Roundup. Until next time, back to you in the studio.
Well, bigging out, I cannot wait for these shows to come out. I'm so excited for it. Can't beat it.
Well, should I just calm down a minute and I'll introduce our next special guest?
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't look... You need a minute to get off cloud 9, but... Okay.
No, I'll be fine. I'll thank all of these later. It's fine. But anyway, let's introduce our special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our close friend and executive producer, Alexios Katsoyas.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you.
So, Alexios.
Yes.
We have actually recently been informed that you're going to be taking a test soon about Britain.
Oh, yes, I am.
Yes, so we've got some questions here that we've
my
prepared
God,
for
okay.
you.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Before though, can I just show something? That video is on Facebook now playing in your time.
Yes, fine. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So, when was the Union Jack first created?
I don't know that question.
Okay.
Okay.
1606.
Okay.
Can you name 5 different types of tea?
Earl Grey, morning grey, breakfast one.
Okay.
I don't know. I know the other one, the dark one.
The dark
what's
one.
it called? Forget it. Move on.
Okay, next one. So far, none. Okay? Right.
It's getting good.
Which two are... Give me 2 political parties in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'll name a few for you
Any.
shall I? Okay. Office Party, House Party, Conservative Party or Labour Party?
Office Party, Conservative, yeah.
Okay.
Next.
No, name
you
two.
need to
Name
of
two.
them.
Ah,
Out of them four, name
Conservative,
2.
and what was the other one?
It was Office, House, Conservative or Labour.
Labour.
Okay.
Okay, you got 1 out of...
Office Party, really?
Yeah. They're great, them. If you've never had an Office Party, oh my God.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Which 2 of these are religious festivals? Easter, House Party, Christmas or New Year?
Easter, Christmas.
There we go.
Yeah.
2 out of 4.
Okay.
Bazinga.
Okay. Can you get this final one? Is it true that EastEnders and Coronation Street are famous historical landmarks?
Coronation Street, I know it is.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am.
Is that your final answer?
It is my final answer. Give him $1 million.
Oh dear. Well, I think...
Hang on. You failed too much. Get out of our country.
Yes, I know. Okay, all right. Okay.
Alexis, everyone!
Well, thanks, Alexius, for his insight into his interesting life. We appreciate you coming on to our show. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you again for coming in. I'm really looking forward to our performance at the end of the show, as it's leaning more towards my general type of music.
What do you mean? Your taste in music is old-fashioned? Yeah, right. We all know it's going to be some sort of performance of modern music. The type of music everyone loves.
Well, right, hang on. Someone screeching down the microphone is not music, okay? Why don't you take maybe a lesson from Ella Fitzgerald? Or maybe Louis Armstrong, the god of jazz? Yeah, thank you. Some love is in the house.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So
okay.
anyway,
Let's
I think
hear
we should move on and leave this discussion for now, as I'm more the grown-up one.
Yeah.
And look at let's look at what's coming up with classic films and having defined our generation.
As well as all the new blockbusters which rock our socks off, let's head to a reporter who's on the case right now.
So take a guess at what classic film I was watching the other day.
Well, I've no idea. Go on and tell me. And what's your definition of classic?
So take a guess at what classic film I was watching the other day.
Well, I've no idea. Go on and tell me. And what's your definition of classic?
What do you mean by that? But anyways, I think you'll agree with me on this one. You remember back in 2010 they brought a film about mythology?
Yeah, do you mean Clash of the Titans?
Yeah, that's the one. I watched it the other day and really enjoyed it. It's such a classic film to sit down and watch.
Now, what a film that was in 2010 is a classic to you. I'm surprised that's not what a classic is.
What do you mean that's not a classic?
Well, what I mean is there was another Clash of the Titans film.
Really? Was it like a prequel or something?
No, this film was an actual classic. It featured action, fantasy and even romance, and it was what everyone was looking for in them days.
That sounds just like what every other film is about. Bit vague, don't you think?
All right, but did I mention the fact that it uses stop-motion animation?
Really? That's amazing.
Are you being serious?
No, it's sarcasm.
So what's your lip?
Sorry, but really, stop-motion animation, like Wallace and Gromit kind of animation,
Well,
that's so 1980s.
That's exactly when it came out. But look at its effects. Top-of-the-range stuff right there. Even you must admit that it all looks good for that day and age.
Okay, well, I admit to it looking good for that day and age. But what about the new one? Look at the CGI on that.
Well, everything uses blooming CGI, you know, but back in my days, we used costumes, makeup and materials. Just like Clash of the Titans and just like a lot of other films like RoboCop or...
RoboCop, no, that is a good film.
Yeah, please tell me that you're talking about the 1987 version.
No, the 2014 version, of course.
Well, you see, right now all I hear is CGI, 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 in black and more CGI. The whole thing stinks of CGI, if you ask me.
Have you seen the behind the scenes? They make that entire suit out of foam and plastic. That's it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay, I'll admit that is crafty, but they did that for the original, but with full hard plastic. Not only was it heavy, it was big and bulky, and it really got the job done. It was so intimidating.
Yeah, and that's the reason why no one watched it.
Well, not only are you wrong, but you have just embarrassed yourself yet again.
Oh, whatever floats your boat.
That doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't have to. Anyway, I'll talk to you again later. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and I'm sure there's more to discuss on these topics.
Okay, I suppose I'll agree to that for now. Goodbye, folks.
Oh well, them two are nothing but trouble. Always going around in circles. You just can't get the staff these days.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that part. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid we've come to the part of the show which we all dread.
Yes, I'm afraid we've come to the end of the show.
Everyone here at Geek Central would like to thank you all, you wonderful geeks out there, for watching today's show. We have enjoyed every part, as we always do. It's been a pleasure being here with you all.
Yes, thank you all for tuning in. I've been your host, Will Hardy.
I've been your better host, Becky Brunye. This has been Geek Central, the only show on the internet made for students by students.
And now we end the show with our very own performance by Cody Anderson and Shannon Emerson.
Thank you and enjoy.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. And anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I am feeling so small. It was over my head.